Well, hello there. I'm Susan Walsh, Nova Scotia. My story starts with trauma, and that's when I started painting. And this is actually from one of a workshop I went to for trauma survivors. And it was my first time ever having my hand in clay because my imagery was, in one of my counseling sessions, was my 11-year-old self being rescued, excuse my camera here, being rescued by a white wolf. I would love to paint that someday. But lately, one thing I want to show you is one part of my process in my therapy was a lot of imagery and a lot of symbolism. And there's the traumatic bed. An eagle came at one point in my imagery and took this child away. So I've done a lot of healing therapy over the years. And now that I'm almost 66, I went back to school. I was a grade 8 dropout, 14-year-old runaway. And I started painting. Now it's not just about me. I'm in love with the landscape. I'm trying to learn how to do landscape. I have this big painting here on the go. And excuse the lights, but you can see I'm kind of drawn to texture. But I've never finished that. I get stuck. I have finished my COVID tree, I call it. And that's a huge mandala imagery there. That's a handmade doily that was found. I found it in a secondhand store. And over here I have another one called Hope, where you can see the bears, the two polar bears. They're the last polar bears. And that's my shadow there, excuse me. And they're going to the last piece of ice. They're not giving up. I have to learn how to use a camera if you do accept me for this. But yeah, a woman just sent me an email a few weeks ago. Actually, it was 6 months ago, asking me to do a painting for her. Her mom had died, her sister had died, and her father, all within a few years, 3 or 4 years. And I said, oh yeah, I'll do it. And she said, well, I really like your texture and all of this, but you know what? I'm stuck, totally stuck. That's why I went on the internet and started trying to find some help. Because there it is. There's the big painting. It's 24 by 48, and I am so stuck. I don't know where to go with it. So I can't afford lessons. I just cannot. I'm paying student debt at my age. So here you can see there's a painting here that I played with, and there was no expectations because I was just playing. It wasn't a commission. These are all playing. Just what I do. This one I just, no pictures or anything. I just, that was a picture and imagery. And there are my new pliers. I want to learn how to stretch my own canvases someday. And I do love big canvases, with the big one over here. And with my polar bear series, I actually do have a polar bear series. Excuse the mess of my desk. So there's, that's supposed to represent a window, the rope that you see on there. And I have my ravens, this big raven painting. And I really have a lot of paintings on the go, and I'm so messy, and I want to get organized, and I've never learned from anyone. My one professor who took me on at the university, she passed away, sad story, very young woman from New Zealand. And but she encouraged me to keep painting, and that's what I plan to do. And I'm really looking forward to hearing from you. The one that I'm working on there below, you can see, it was called The Trail of Addiction. And I'm stuck in that as well. So here's to being stuck, and here's to being brave enough to just send this off, because, wow, what a creative idea you all have. Oh, and this is what I do. I am doing this woman. I learned how to paint a moon. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm up to 4 minutes and 27 seconds, so I'll keep my fingers crossed. What a great thing you're doing, really, even if I'm not chosen.